In this podcast episode, former FBI hostage negotiator Chris Voss shares his insights on negotiation, human behavior, and the psychological techniques that can help individuals read others effectively. Drawing from his extensive experience in high-stakes negotiations, Voss discusses the importance of understanding both verbal and nonverbal cues, the power of empathy, and the art of delivering difficult news. Voss begins by explaining the concept of gut instinct, which he attributes to the subconscious mind acting as a supercomputer. He highlights the staggering difference in processing capacity between the conscious and subconscious mind, with the latter capable of processing around 20 million bits of information per second, compared to the conscious mind's mere 40 bits. This vast reservoir of data allows individuals to develop a more refined gut instinct over time, particularly as they accumulate life experiences. However, he cautions that distinguishing between gut feelings and fear-based reactions can be challenging, especially for younger individuals who may lack the necessary data to inform their instincts. A significant theme throughout the conversation is the role of empathy in negotiation. Voss emphasizes that successful negotiation is not about winning at someone else's expense, but rather about collaboration and understanding the other party's perspective. He introduces the concept of tactical empathy, which involves actively listening and engaging with the emotions of others to de-escalate potentially volatile situations. Voss recounts his experiences on a suicide hotline, where he learned the importance of listening and responding to the emotional state of callers. This skill proved invaluable in his later work as a hostage negotiator, where understanding the emotional landscape of a situation could mean the difference between life and death. Voss shares a poignant lesson he learned about delivering bad news effectively. He recounts a personal experience where he received devastating news about a kidnapping case he had been working on for over a year. The way the news was delivered, by first warning him that it was bad, allowed him to brace himself emotionally. This experience taught him that when delivering difficult news, it is crucial to prepare the recipient by acknowledging that the information may be painful. This approach not only helps manage expectations, but also fosters trust and respect in the relationship. Throughout the podcast, Voss discusses the importance of recognizing patterns in human behavior. He explains that understanding these patterns can help individuals identify when someone is being deceptive or naive. He emphasizes that it is more beneficial to focus on what honesty looks like rather than trying to pinpoint specific tells of deception. By engaging in longer conversations and observing how someone responds to various questions, one can gain insights into their truthfulness. Voss also highlights the significance of low-stakes practice, encouraging listeners to experiment with their negotiation skills in everyday situations where the stakes are low, such as interactions with service staff. Voss underscores the value of emotional intelligence in both personal and professional relationships. He notes that many successful business people may have found a formula for success, but often lack the emotional insight necessary to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. He contrasts this with true entrepreneurs who are curious, innovative, and willing to explore new ways of doing things. Voss believes that fostering emotional intelligence is essential for building meaningful connections and achieving long-term success. When discussing how to handle difficult conversations, Voss emphasizes the need for honesty and transparency. He argues that lying, even with good intentions, can lead to a breakdown of trust and damage relationships. Instead, he advocates for a straightforward approach that involves preparing the other person for the conversation and delivering the message with empathy. This method not only helps maintain the relationship, but also allows for a more constructive dialogue. Voss also touches on the power of playfulness and humor in negotiations. He shares anecdotes about how being lighthearted and making jokes, even at one's own expense, can create a more relaxed atmosphere and foster better communication. This approach can disarm tension and lead to more productive interactions, whether in business or personal relationships. Reflecting on his own experiences, Voss acknowledges that making mistakes is an inevitable part of life. He emphasizes the importance of learning from these mistakes and using them as data to inform future decisions. He encourages listeners to embrace their failures as opportunities for growth and to remain open to new insights and perspectives.